Hey, hey, yeah, round the world, round the world.
Touring the garden. Just came back from vacation August 1st, 2023, and harvest some tomatoes. I had dropped seeds from tomato seeds when I was cutting up tomatoes. I just threw the seeds in the soil, and this what came up. And looks like I got my first purple long bean growing. Is sharing it in a pot with my brownish turkey fig tree, and there are some figs growing. Looks like I have to water a bit because the leaves are shriveling, but I was told there was rain 2 days ago, so far it's looking strong. And in this little makeshift raised bed, I did some composting. What I did was I threw in some dried fig seeds. I mean, not fig seeds, date seeds, and it looks like 2 dates are sprouting up. And I had ordered a box of fresh mangoes from Laura Farms in Miami, and I threw the seeds in here. It looks like this is polyembryotic seed because it's multiple sprouts coming up, and that version is a sweet tart mango. Ooh, and this mango was really good. Okay, I can't remember if this is the watermelon seed I planted or cantaloupe. We'll see what comes up. Moving along, this is a mysterious orange tree. Someone gave me a tiny branch. Don't know if it was branched out from a regular orange tree they had, or was it grown from seed. So this has been growing like this for a good few years, going back I guess over 5-6 years, and each year it gets bigger and taller, so I don't know if it's gonna flower yet or what, but look at this space right there. We shall see. This here is let me smell this. This may be a pepper plant. I label these things, but as you know, with the sun and the water, it kind of fades off the permanent marker on the labels, forks and knives I use. So this is a rosemary, a pepper plant in here. This is a green cardamom. So far it hasn't flowered, but it's loving the heat, but it doesn't like a lot of sunshine. So it's one of those type of plants that need to be partially shade. This is my Owari Satsuma orange tree. We got a few orange growing on it, and it looks like more leaves are sprouting. This here I may have to cut because it looks like it's a dead branch. And this is a volunteer sucker that's growing below the grafted baseline, so you most likely have to remove that. Let's go around. I dropped some different types of holy basil seeds, which is purple and green and regular basil. So before what I left from vacation last week, it was small, and it looks like it's grown, and it looks like I have to harvest, because when you see the leaves looking like this, it's about to flower. So I'm going to pinch it off and cut them so it can continue to grow. This is my sapodilla tree. Look like it's burning from sun. So far it's continuing growing. I don't expect to get any fruit because it's look like it's still working on its root system, but looks like this branch I may have to cut because there's no life coming into it. I don't see anything sprouting. And this is my Pakistani and mulberry tree. Look like it's flowering again. It flowered earlier in April and indoors. Now it's loving the heat. And now you see the mulberry flowers sprouting. Moving along. This is my tea tree, my tea plant. And I don't know what's going on. This is the second year that it's struggling in this pot and nothing on these branches, so it may be dead. I didn't want to take it out, but if you look below at the base at the bottom, there's sprouts. It was like greenery sprouting, so we shall see. But before I remove it, don't know if this is weed or what. I gotta wait to see what grows up. This is my moringa tree. Grew it from seed. This is going on like the second year, and looks like it's loving the heat, but looks like it needs some nutrients. All right, this is my miracle berry. It's continuing coming out of dormancy. So far it's sprouted now, and I see some flowers. They're tiny little flowers, so the berries may be formed late. This is my jackfruit. Don't know what type of jackfruit. My mom gave me a piece of jackfruit, saved the seeds, and it's hanging in there. Okay, this is my pomegranate, my Pervica Russian pomegranate tree, and so far so good. It's loving where it's at, and it looked like it sprouted really big too. This here looked like, I don't know if there's life in this branch. I didn't want to cut it. Doesn't look like it has life, so I left it alone. We shall see. And I don't know back there. I don't know if that's a weed, but I did plant it. You know what? I did plant it. Siamese bitter melon. So we shall see what that comes up as. I know back here, this is definitely weed. This is a weed. And I did planted some butterfly pea seeds, but nothing came up. Moving along, this is my Mayan lemon tree. Looks like new leaves are forming, and there are lemons growing on here. Oh, I thought I had more lemons in this, but who knows what happened. Maybe the squirrels got to them or whatever, but so far I see 4 lemons growing, and before I left they were flowering, and it looks like right here you can see, I guess that when I saw flowers, look like now it's pollinated, and now new lemons are growing. And as you can tell, the tree will let you know if they cannot carry or drop whatever they don't need, and look like it dropped this lemon. I'm gonna leave it in there and give it back. Okay, coming below here, this is, I believe this may be the Tommy Atkins mango. So I dropped Tommy seed that I got from the supermarket, and so far it's sprouted up. All right, now this here, I've been struggling to get rose hips to sprout, and hibiscus seeds, rosella seeds to sprout. So I don't know if this is which is which, so we shall see what forms out of that. And this pot here, originally this was my mangosteen plant that I got from Etsy a year or two ago. It struggled, had it indoors. This is the first year I put it out, and it looks like it's dead, so this will be removed. But if you haven't tasted a mangosteen, you got to. The fruit, when you open it up, it reminds me of garlic with the segments. It's very good. Here, Like I said, I bought a box of mangoes from Laura Farms, Miami. Dropped the seeds in here, and it's loving where it's at. Look at this. Look at that. So this is a polyembryotic, because look how multiple sprouts is sprouting. And this is a Chacanon mango. Chacanon mango. But yeah, planted this July 10th. Moving along, this is my ginger plant. Planted this last year, dropped more rhizomes, and New York had a heat wave last week, so must have really killed it, the leaves. So I'm gonna chop this off so it don't have to put all this energy into dead leaves. And why not utilize free space? So let me smell this. This is most likely look like basil. So basil is grown with the ginger. And yeah, I gotta cut the dead leaves. But yep, ginger is sprouting, so that means that I'm getting new rinds growing underneath. Moving along, this is my Nang Dak Mai. Had it for going on 2 years. I got this from Logi's nursery online. They're located in Connecticut. So it's been flowering multiple times, and look at here. We got a mango growing here. We got new leaves growing here. And we got a bunch of mangoes growing here. And like I said, I'm not going to pinch anything. I'm going to let the tree drop whatever they don't need and stuff. And these are the pinnacles they call when it sprouts out with the flowers. So far, Nang Dak Mai loves this pot. And this is, I propagated the green cardamom plant, and it's grown so far. I may be giving this away because I don't have the space, so we shall see. And this here, I had this Nagami kumquat at a local nursery in Hempstead and Long Island. And wow, so far it's loving the weather we having, and it's really taking off. I thought I saw a few flowers before I left. Not sure if it's still on there, if it's been pollinated, but Nagami loves the weather. This here, I bought this in 2020 from Baker Seeds nursery online. Seeds, rareseeds.com. And this is one of their live plants, the purple passion fruit. Last year, I had flowers on here, and I had one purple passion fruit that I harvest. The taste was it was good, but it could have been more sweet to me, but it was like semi-sweet tart. So this is doing well. Moving along, this is another date. I grew this by seed. There's a Middle Eastern grocery store in my neighborhood, and they were selling fresh dates. I never had a fresh date, so I decided to buy it from the store, and tastes really good. It crunch like an apple, very sweet. If you leave it on a tree, it turns into dates. So an experience. I wanted to try if I'd be able to grow it, and bam. This is the first time it's outside this season, and it's still taking off. And I have a holy basil in here. It died this year. Had it for many years and died, so I said let me drop new seeds, and so far it's finally sprouting. It took a long time for it to sprout. Okay, down here I grew some sage by seeds, and it's loving it. I highly suggest you have fresh sage in your house. Very good for the lungs and cough. And here, I don't know what's going to be coming out of here. I dropped seeds that I don't even know. In this section here, okay, this long thing, when you have empty space, you utilize it. This is a planted long bean, so we shall see if this is the purple or the green one. It looks like I have to put a stick or a trowel so it can wrap because it's grown. I don't know if, oh, this is the Korean mint. That's right. As a reminder, when you're growing mint needs its own pot because it could grow like wildflowers, spread all over. So this is, finally I got Korean mint to sprout. I had dropped seed. Yep, this is Korean mint. And in here, this is dill. I love dill. Dill is growing. Looks like it's about to flower. This was supposed to be my yarrow and my feverfew area, but it looks like yarrow didn't come back, and feverfew, I don't know. Oh, this area was supposed to be my white horehound. I don't think white horehound likes the hot heat, so it hasn't come back yet. We shall see if it sprouts back up when it gets, the temperature cools down in September. Okay, moving along. This is the new tart cherry tree, and so far looks like it's struggling in the heat with the leaves, but I'm not going to expect to get any berries this year because it's new and it's still working on its root system down below. This here, like I said, utilize free space, so I don't know if this is a cucumber plant seed that I put here or a melon. We shall see. I think it may be cucumber, hopefully. And as you can tell, I compost. I throw food scraps in here. There's a mango husk. There's the skin of an avocado and the skin of a banana. Moving along. This here, I threw in more. Oh, I gotta cut that. Look like bird shitted, so I will have to cut that off. But I threw in some long beans. There's a volunteer dandelion green. I didn't want to pull that weed because that dandelion is super beneficial, so let it continue. This is carrots. I didn't remove it because I couldn't tell whether or not it was ready to come up, but I don't see it bulging as of yet. And again, this is weeds. Like I said, this moving along. Another, like I tell you, I dropped rosella seeds and rosehip seeds, and nothing usually sprouted. So it looked like this year it has, but I can't tell whether or not which one is which. So we shall see when it continues to grow. And this is my black seed lettuce. I'm surprised it's growing leaves because lettuce does not like heat. Moving along, we're going to look at my medicinal raised bed. I call this medicinal raised bed because I have a few things growing in here that are very expensive and you really can't find it in the store. This is 3 bushes of sea buckthorn berries. They love to grow in cold. You can grow it when the temperatures are cold, but it'll sprout out during the spring and the summer. Very highly beneficial with the omega-7s. Has a high oil content, especially in the yellow-orange berries, and also the leaves can be used as tea. So if you have dry eye issues, anti-inflammatory, super beneficial. You only get berries if you have a male plant. So in the middle, I have put the male plant of hopefully, yeah, you see, this is Lord. This is sea buckthorn Lord. And this is Mary. Mary's look like she's struggling, and Eva look like she's taking off. Eva's getting big, okay? And in here, Like I said, when you cut up your produce like sweet peppers, you can throw the seeds in a pot of soil and bam, you got your own Volunteer peppers coming up, and you don't have to buy them at a local nursery. You can just use the seeds that you cut up. Ooh, and underneath, okay, this was sprouting up, bulging up, looks like the saffron bulbs. Underneath the soil, I have planted saffron, so when it comes to fall and into November, you're gonna have saffron flowers. This here, I don't know if this is a weed or what. We'll see what comes up. But I know for sure these two things are my Japanese okwa. It's the pink okwa. I never had pink okwa before. Got this from rareseeds.com and also known as Baker Seeds. So it's taking off. Okwa loves heat. Moving along. I had dropped some kale. As you can tell, nothing came out with the kale, but this greenery, I can't remember the name, but it looks like it could be one of the Asian greens. I have to do some studying on my seed packets, what I planted. And this pot up here is Volunteer Everything. Because like I said, compost student tomato seeds, which is sprouting, pepper seeds. And this here, I promulgated lemon balm. Moving along, this is, like I said, I compost some kabocha squash, so looks like it's taking off because I see flowers, and it's struggling because, like I said, I've been on vacation. And it had rain 2 days ago, so I gotta get the leaves and I gotta drop more natural fertilizer in there. Drop so many seeds, plant seeds in here, and nothing is sprouted in this bed. So we shall see what comes up that I dropped. I tried to propagate blackberries in here, but it died. Now this, I think this is a sunflower seed that I planted. We shall see what happens to that. Moving along, I had planted this is an onion or scallion, and plant, like I said, I planted so many seeds in here, nothing came up. Fennel, I don't see so far. We shall see what comes up later in the season. Now this, I know this, I had planted the sprout from my purple sweet potato. It's loving the heat, and so far it's sprouting okay, and looks like it needs some nutrients, water, so I have to do that today. Back here, I try to save my burdock plant, and I dropped more seeds. So far nothing came up. All right, moving along. This is lemon balm. Like I said, lemon balm and mint. Put it in a spot, separate it from other stuff you're growing, because it will take over. I promulgated this in from a piece, and look how much has come up. And this bed is my berries bed. I have 2 sweetie pie blackberries, and as you can tell, it has taken over the whole bed, blocking my raspberry plant that's down there somewhere, which I gotta think what I'm gonna move or not for next season. And wow, blueberries. This is supposed to be the emerald blueberries, and it's because the blackberries is covering it. It's been struggling of producing berries, and it's small. So I will take off some of these small ones to harvest, but yeah, I have to think what I'm gonna do. And weeds. Okay, all of this is weeds. This is my stinging nettle. Very good medicinal, very good for joints, very good for allergies, itching and everything. But the one thing about stinging nettle is you got to use gloves to harvest, because when you touch the leaves or the branch, you feel the tingle of the needles in you. And this is my sage bush. Comes back every year. Saved this from COVID. My collard greens is being eaten up, so I gotta find out where these green worms are at. And down below, oh wow, there's a big spider web I have to break up down there. Is volunteer tomatoes from the seeds I dropped. Also, another volunteer seeds. Like I said, I throw produce seeds in pots, and this has sprouted up, and I've also dropped some pepper seeds from sweet peppers that I cut up, and they're growing. Same here, as you can tell. Like I said, instead of buying seeds, you can use the seeds from the produce that you got from the store, and it's growing. And as you can, I know this is a mango. I don't know what type of mango, because like I said, I'm using this raised bed now as a compost bin. So all my food scraps I throw in, and bam, look what sprouted, a mango. All right, moving along. This pot here was my compost bin, but now that I got a lee jujube tree, I decided to plant her into this pot. And when I left, there was flowers. Now I'm seeing a little more flowers, but I haven't seen any fruit growing from it. But that tiny little thing is flowers, so we shall see if any fruit this year. Don't expect it, because, like I said, it's going to probably work on its root system. Volunteer peppers that came out of this bed, because like I said, I had used this as a compost container. You see this banana peels, avocado skins, all in here. Same thing goes for this bin here. The tomatoes in here. Tomatoes sprouting up, because I also utilize this as a compost bin as well. And this here, wow, I had planted sweet potato. One of my sweet potatoes were sprouting, so I said let me cut off where it sprouted and dropped it in here. We shall see if I get any sweet potatoes this season. And moving along, one of my other raised beds this year, the first time, lavender is really sprouting up with flowers. Been harvesting the flowers. Like, lavender is super beneficial for the nervous system. It helps you relax. You can make tea. You can put in your oils for your hair. You can bake with it. So you can hang it up in your closets to ward off moths. So it looks like I gotta be harvesting more flowers. Down here looks like my parsley came back. Looks like I have to harvest more parsley. Down here is my Greek oregano. This is another perennial that comes back, and another one looks like it can take over your raised bed. So it's sprouting over to the side with the lavender. But oregano held us down during COVID. Super beneficial. It grows back. If you're in those cold climates, put it in the ground. It'll sprout back up in the spring and down. Same thing goes with Swiss chard. This Swiss chard came back. And this other Swiss chard, I'm trying to let it go to seeds so I can get more seeds. And we shall see. I may have to cut some of this off, but it doesn't look like it's loving the heat. Moving along to the last raised bed. This was another lettuce. I can't remember what type of lettuce, but this lettuce was pretty good. Lettuce does not like heat, so I'm just letting it sprout, let the seeds drop, so hopefully by fall I'll get more lettuce. Now this here is my goji berry bush, and it's struggling. It looked like it's coming back. Before I left on vacation, it had no more leaves. I don't know what's the problem with that, but it looks like it's sprouting back new growth. And now it looks like I'm flowering. Goji berries, super beneficial, helps very much for the eyes. And I just found out the leaves could be made for tea, sauteed as greens, very beneficial. This here is my red mustard greens. Red mustard greens love cool weather, so it doesn't like the heat. Let it in the seed, let the seeds drop. So by fall, I will have some greens. And that down there is a voluntary weed I have to pull up. Like I said, I drop seeds in each square, waiting for them to come up. But down here, I took my scallions from the supermarket and put it in a cup of water to let it root. And then finally, I was able to transfer the roots into the ground. And here is my scallions. That looks like I have to harvest some scallions. Okay, y'all. Gave you a little garden tour of what's growing. And that's it. Oh, one more thing. I forgot to mention, this is my blueberry plant. This year I didn't get hardly any berries. I don't know if the birds took them, but when we had a lot of rain in May and June, there was flowers, and I guess with the rain it knocked it out. So far it looked like it's just concentrating on leaves. So we shall see by next year again if I get more blueberries, because last year I had a whole lot. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I've been around the world, come and travel with your girl. I've been around the world, hey, yeah, around the world, the world. What's going on? Get tuned into a new edition about a healthy lifestyle and nutrition. Come along with me, I'll show you around, tell you how to live better. So how does that sound? Talk about healthy foods and great spices to look and feel better, have your body shaped the nicest. Not a gymnast, but I can talk about fitness. All good for the soul, get your spirit lifted. No health, no wealth, I'ma give you some help. Try to find out what's healthy, don't do it yourself. I can tell you about herbs, have you lost for words, for sure. You can count on me to search. I'm on go when I'm talking about the green. Not about the money, but the plants and the beans. I'll show you what you need and you know what I mean. I've been around the world, let me show you what I've seen. I've been around the world, I've been around the world, come and travel with your girl. I've been around the world, I've been around the world, come and travel with your girl. I've been around the world, I've been around the world, come and travel with your girl.